Good afternoon, everyone. I'm speaking to you today from Treaty 6 territory, and I also recognize the Métis people of Alberta who share a very deep connection with this land. Today's speech from the throne proves how totally disconnected Danielle Smith and the UCP are from the lives of regular Albertans. Right now, families are facing the worst cost of living crisis in over 40 years. We have the second worst wage growth in the country. Trailers are being put in the parking lot in front of Alberta's Children's Hospital, but Danielle Smith and the UCP are focused on creating more chaos, increasing costs, and conflict with her Sovereignty Act. Danielle Smith was elected by less than 1% of actual Albertans, and now she wants to give herself dictatorial powers. Today, all Alberta's NDP MLAs voted against the first reading of Danielle Smith's Sovereignty Act. We stood up for jobs and for working people. We stood up for the entrepreneurs and innovators of this province. We stood up for our economic future. Business leaders are telling us that the Sovereignty Act is already costing jobs in this province and chasing away hard-earned investment. Job creators want stability and certainty, not sovereignty. It must be stopped. Frankly, if any of those UCP MLAs who spoke up against the Act just mere weeks ago had a spine, they would have stood with us today and voted against it. But once again, we see a UCP consumed with clinging to power rather than helping people. We will continue to oppose the Sovereignty Act and in all of the chaos that it's creating for our economy. This speech offers zero new ideas to actually support a resilient economy filled with good-paying jobs. There is nothing in this speech that brings companies and investors to Alberta, but there are plenty of things that will drive them away. Furthermore, is the new government really willing to put a stop to the critical federal funding for our healthcare system, or housing, or childcare as part of a pointless political stunt? Elsewhere in the throne speech, the UCP affordability plan doesn't even come close to undoing the extra costs that they've piled onto families. The UCP did things like increase car insurance, school fees, and utilities. And when it comes to healthcare, this speech only signaled more cuts and more chaos to the front lines. The speech laid the groundwork for a plan that will see Albertans pay out of pocket for more and more services, while failing to address the real problems in our hospitals, with our ambulances, or in our clinics. This is a government that would rather put sick children in trailers outside the hospital than take real action to protect their health care. They would rather throw tens of thousands of Albertans off the seniors' drug plan and instead focus on chasing bad ideas like blowing up the RCMP and seizing Albertans' retirement savings. What Albertans want is leadership, and it's stable, responsible, honest, and determined to make a difference. In the alternative throne speech that we put forward, Rachel Notley and Alberta's NDP, we presented a better vision. We put forward plans for economic growth that will create jobs and actually attract investment to Alberta. We will cap utility costs, freeze insurance rates, and reverse the UCP's fee hikes on families. And we'll take the chaos in the healthcare system and we'll make sure that every Albertan, instead of chaos, has access to the care they need close to home. Albertans have the power to elect a new government in only 6 months. It's in fact 6 months from today that the election's supposed to be held. And I am looking forward to offering them a better future with Alberta's NDP. Thank you
So much for watching, and to learn more, check out albertasfuture.ca.